Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Delrahim, I'm concerned about reports of anti-competitive conduct in the aluminum industry. Are you familiar with the issue just generally?
I have received letters as well relating to that industry and the concerns you've raised.
Okay. Since late last year, there have been very discernible irregularities in the pricing of aluminum set by a private rate-setting organization that has no federal or state oversight. That organization, S&P Global Platts, establishes a pricing benchmark called the Midwest Premium to account for the storage and transportation of aluminum to end users. That price has spiked 138% since January for no apparent market-based reason. In response, I sent a letter that you just referenced. In addition, I introduced H.R. 6927, the Apex Act, to require important coordination between the CFTC and the Department of Justice to scrutinize potential anti-competitive conduct and fraud in the aluminum market. What is the Antitrust Division doing about that issue right now?
So when we did receive the information, both some from the industry as well as...
I apologize, I'm having trouble.
When we received the letter from both, from the committee as well as some members of the industry who raised similar concerns, we refer that to our investigative staff and for further exploration to see if there's credible evidence to open an investigation. Beyond that, I can't speak publicly about whether or not there is an investigation in that industry. In addition to that, you should know that we work closely with the CFTC in these areas of commodities regulation, and we have some active matters with them. So there's a communication both with the regulator in this area, as well as we are examining to see if there should be an investigation opened.
And do you have any time frame in mind for that?
We don't. I can get back to you on that. I'll take a look to see, where that is, and we might be able to provide a non-public, confidential briefing for you on a status of where that is.
Appreciate it. Mr. Simmons, one specific issue that has arisen with respect to the pricing of aluminum has to do with prices charged for end users for scrap aluminum. End users of aluminum contend that aluminum producers have been overcharging them as if all aluminum purchases are sourced from imported aluminum. Yet 70% of beer cans, for example, are made from U.S. recycled used beverage containers and scrap, and not from imported aluminum. I believe that the practice of suppliers of aluminum charging their customers for scrap metal, a price that includes a tariff when that metal is never subject to any tariff, may very well constitute a deceptive trade practice. Mr. Simmons, what are your thoughts about this issue, and will you examine this issue and investigate whether having the price of scrap metal reflect the recently imposed aluminum tariff is a deceptive trade practice in violation of the FTC Act?
Thank you, Representative. So I'm not aware of that, but I'd be happy to look into it.
Okay. Mr. Chairman, I yield back.